No, I'm not a drama channel. I don't plan on becoming a drama channel. I never wanted to be a drama channel. I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that has to boot up OBS anytime somebody gets caught up in some shit, but I do have to talk about this weird ass nigga right here. Now, if you clicked on this video, you probably already know who Black Boy Max is. Light-skinned streamer dude in phase. He has rappers on, in the booth, Central C, yada yada. I kind of keep up with him, but not really. I mean, he pops up on my Twitter from time to time, and sometimes I'll check in with the 5-star community, just lurk. Kind of see what's going on over there. I get bored and I just lurk shit. One of the things I picked up on pretty early is that people seem to not like this guy right here, Tae2smooth. Now, if you ever watched one of those like 80s coming of age movies, they always have like the fat kid who's basically just the punching bag and the comedic relief, like in Stand By Me or The Goonies. That's basically Tae. I mean, he would get it from the people on stream. He would get it from Max. He would get it from members of the 5-star community. I've seen him get called stinky, ugly, obese. I've seen people say he's scaring the hoes. And I always felt bad because it was like, what could you have possibly done in your past life to deserve getting treated like this as a grown man? And I also always wondered, why does he stick around? Like, are you doing this for clout? Are you just really good friends with Max? Are you getting something out of this? Do you have a humiliation kink? Well, it turns out that he was bothered by this because he got exposed for basically making a burner and talking shit about Max and all his friends behind it, while also simultaneously running it like some weird Tae2smooth fan page. It's just odd and icky. What was even more odd was to see that he was basically posting like Tae2smooth propaganda in the 5-star Twitter community. Are you seeing why I kind of wanted to talk about this? This is just weird, bro. This is so weird. Like, taking a look at some of the shit he's tweeted, he's made lists ranking members of Baddie Hub, which I guess is like their little group, putting himself at 3rd. He always puts himself like right in the middle. I guess trying to throw people off the scent that this is him behind a burner. He's made tweets about how he's grinding streaming and should be put above other members in 5-star. It just kind of seems like dude is envious of the other members who aren't stuck in like the punching bag position of the group, which I get because I've kind of been the punching bag of the group late in high school. But I just stopped being cool with the nigga who made me feel like that. I didn't make a burner and keep hanging around and just shit talking the people that I was still hanging out with. That's just odd. It's just very odd. I also didn't start bringing down the rest of the group and sneak dissing them and shit. Now, as all this shit came out, Max and Tae hopped on stream to talk about what happened, and he kind of attempts to explain himself. And I am gonna play only a few clips for y'all because the whole conversation is like 30 minutes. But I did want to talk about these specific moments in the conversation because they're really the whole reason I'm even making this video.
But it's like, I understand you got to do what you got to do. You feel me? I'm not here to gaslight. None of that, though. Like, that's just how I feel. You feel me? It's like, I got to tell you at one point. That's why we in the situation we are right now. Because I was scared to tell you how, you feel me, how I feel about certain things.
So here's what I'm not understanding. You were scared to tell me how you felt about certain things, and you go to Twitter to say it about.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
But I see it, bro. That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
The fact you said that like it makes sense.
It felt like my voice was heard. Was, you know, some of the tweets was like doing well and shit like that. Like, it was really like agreeing with my opinions and shit, so I just kept doing it. But you can't deny the fact that
not if you telling niggas on the back end, bro. Not if you telling yo, niggas when have you ever told me something, Tay, and I wouldn't talk to you? In fact, yo, I'm not gonna lie, Tay, like, you were the one nigga who had the most communication with out of everyone in Baddie Hub. They will all say it. I don't talk to Screet that often. I don't talk to Gauze that often. I was talking to you, and then Wayne, because he came out here recently. I've been so busy. I was talking to you. I had you out here for a month. I never behind the screens told you you need to have aura.
I know
those words would never come out my mouth.
No, but you're telling nigga, you told me I gotta care about my image. I gotta have 100%. You said I have to have.
Okay, but don't lie. I did not sit here and say, yo, take me that.
That's the same.
That's not the same thing.
That's the same
thing.
Nigga,
you caring about your image is not you having aura. Man, that aura bullshit. You caring about your image is, damn, let me not degrade myself by getting on my knees and eating watermelon. What the? Nigga, that ain't aura. That's just have some fucking respect.
Did I not tell you that I didn't see anything wrong with it in the moment?
Yes, but my point still stands, Tay. I'm
like, what you want, bro? That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
bro. I know what you mean, bro.
I know
we both have each other's best interest.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I know you don't have to argue, bro.
Yeah, that's not no argument. 100% it's not, and I don't even do that. So let me not raise my voice and that's childish. That's childish.
But let
me
just
talk. Go ahead.
But let me just tell you, bro. What I said, like I just said, I felt like I owed you too much, and that it would be crazy knowing that, like, you feel me, everything you've done for me, to just like say how I felt about certain things, or like knowing how like the dynamic is with the whole group. Like, you, like, bro, I'm literally the punching bag, bro. Every time I say some shit, it's either shot down or, you feel me, going flip it and make it seem like it's some crazy shit. So it's like, bro,
I'm gonna stop you right there. The type of shit that you were doing and saying has nothing to do with being the punching bag. Venting your frustrations about feeling like the punching bag is like saying so-and-so has this about them, but don't nobody want to talk about that. They always want to talk about Tay. I'm speaking from the perspective of Tay's burner, because he was really trying to pretend like that wasn't him. When you look at the tweets, it was pretty obvious. Y'all could say Tay's fat all you want, but y'all not gonna talk about Mac's hairline, like shit like that. Like, if it was really, like, if he was sneak dissing behind being the punching bag, it wouldn't be shit like, these niggas not grinding as hard as me. Like, oh, Marlon's not as funny as me. Yada, yada, yada. Because that has nothing to do with being the punching bag. That has to do with you feeling that other people are in a position that you should be in because you think you work harder than them, so you deserve it more. And it's crazy because he started out saying like, oh, I'm not even going to try to gaslight or nothing. But you're like trying to use being the punching bag for saying shit that's completely unrelated. So you're already gaslighting, and we're less than 3 minutes into this confrontation. And it's like, at the same, like, why do you need this stuff to be on, like, why do you need it on Twitter so bad that you're going to put it in his community from like these burner accounts? And it's like, you're saying you got love for this dude and he's supposed to be your friend. And I get it. Sometimes it's just like, there's certain shit that, especially with men, when it comes to like feelings and emotions, we don't want to look like a bitch, so we just won't say certain things. But it's like, just leave. Like, I didn't feel comfortable bringing up the reasons for me cutting off my friend, so I just left. And honestly, I felt like it wouldn't have made a difference if I did, because it was like, how do you not see all this as a problem? That was the mindset I was in. But it's like, for you to just still hang around and still get like clout off the dude, while also just turning around and like hating from a fucking burner and trying to uplift yourself. It's like, you move mad weird. You move like a hoe. Maybe you didn't feel comfortable talking about it. Then just leave. Why do you still have to be this dude's friend? The whole way that you went about it makes it hard to sympathize with you, because you look like a hoe. You look like a hoe.
And you said multiple times you didn't want to be the punching bag, but you put yourself in punching bag positions. For example, getting mouth-fed watermelon, shit like that. I'm just keeping it a buck. You do. It's like the little shit you do. And once again, then that end up equating the shit where you see the clip where you ask the girl, how was her night? Like, that, there's nothing wrong with asking that question.
That was just some, but that's what I'm saying.
No, you gotta understand that actions you've taken in the past have caused you to become a punching bag, Tay. That's just me keeping the buck, and that's me talking to you on some.
Exactly.
I do care about
some
you,
real
but
shit.
You can't be my bro. Like, when you doing sneaky shit, like you're unable to talk to me face to face.
That's fair.
Look, now I'm not saying you
fair.
gotta hold on, stop. Why? Don't talk over me. We each talking. I'll let you talk. You gotta understand, gang. There's never been a point where you weren't able to talk to me about something. Also, I never said you had to have these conversations with me on stream. We can talk about this shit off stream. Like, and we've talked about mad shit off stream. For example, the image shit. Imagine me coming on stream and being like, yo,
it's hard, bro. Like, trying to, like, you feel me? Like, I just couldn't bring myself to say anything crazy, bro, because I felt like you gave me too much.
But here's the thing. You wasn't even saying, you wasn't saying nothing crazy, though. Like,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
Was dead just
mainly,
you were saying
shit,
off,
it was,
keep going.
Yeah, it started off as me just, like, you feel me, trying to show myself love and get niggas, like, on track, like, pushing myself and shit like that. Okay. On some shit, just glazing myself.
Which, if you got caught for that, like, at the end of the day, yeah, that I wouldn't. It's the hate and shit. You talking like, bro, want to wane 5 viewers. Like, what the, bro, what's the point of that, bro? You belittling the bros to boost yourself?
Okay, well, yeah, but I feel like that shit should also be motivating, bro, because, like, I dead ass be trying to get to be, like, you know how it, bro, this is not really, like, grinding for real how we should be.
And that's not like, your place to then go shit talk the bros on a burner.
But that should also, bro, that's just how I feel. Like I said, nigga, I tell these this all the time, but it's like, bro, I just felt like that's just something I wanted to vent about and say. So,
yo, imagine me seeing Silky stream less. Damn, bro, this don't listen to me. Let me load up this burner, go in his Twitter man, one of Silky whatever viewers. Man, bro, this lacking. He never streamed, bro. What the? At the end of the day, nigga, we all grown men, bro. We all grown men. Just tell them to their face, if they don't take that advice, it's not your place. You're not their father. And even then, nobody father gonna make a burner on them and go to their Twitter what the?
Yeah.
That should motivate them. That's like some God complex shit. Cause Tay, let's keep it a buck. I'm sure you want to make it in streaming. Why you worried about not having his best viewers when you not where you want to be?
Because we supposed, bro, like literally, we've always had these talks. We supposed to all grow together as a group. You feel me? I'll be doing my solo shit and stuff like that, and I want everybody else to succeed too. So it's like, bro, like that's just what it is, nigga. I just feel like you should see tweets like that as motivation. The same way I see mean tweets, and I feel like I care too much, and I feel like I should have to, like, you feel me?
We are gonna stop you right there. I've seen the tweets calling you fat. Nigga, you're still fat. So you know that doesn't work. So just stop the cap. If that shit is really how that worked, oh, I see a mean tweet and that shit just does something to me. That shit motivate me. It push me to go be better. It drives me to be better. You wouldn't be fat. So let's stop that shit right there. That whole, oh, I just want to see the guy succeed is just bullshit. He is just like scrambling to find some type of explanation for why he did that. Because if that's really how it worked, you would not be fat anymore because you get fat shamed. You just wanted to talk shit about the fucking people in your group behind a burner instead of really pushing them like, hey, bro, we could do this on stream, or hey, bro, this game came out. It looked like it'd be a fun game to stream as like a group. But that's not what you did. You sneak dissed and made yourself, again, look like a hoe. And that's also not all you were doing, bro. There were definitely tweets that I saw that you could have just said to Max one-on-one. Like this one right here. I'm going to just keep it a buck. Max L. Man's in this situation, bro, trying so hard to cover up the fact he's a promiscuous womanizer when we clearly know he is. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Nigga, first of all, are you mad at the nigga for getting hoes? And it's like, imagine he played this with Badio. Tell him that. You can tell him that. Just tell him to play the game. Hey, Max, we should play this shit on stream. Tell him. This is why this shit is coming off so weird. And he keeps saying, like, I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. But the problem is, he keeps trying to scramble to find some explanation for why he did it besides him just being a hoe. And the whole promiscuous womanizer thing. If you're going to be concerned about his like dating and shit, you should be concerned with him making sure he's messing with the right females, you know, not women who are going to try to use him as a method, or, you know, pin a baby on him or whatever. That should be like your main concern if you're his real friend. But from everything I've seen, it's very clear that you're not. I think the last thing that really bothered me is how he keeps bringing up this thing about how he would never belittle Max on stream. And listen, when it comes to like the whole like getting on him and bullying and shit, I'm not sure how much Max fed into that shit because I don't watch the streams. But if he was doing it like consistently, you're still young. I think you're like 20 or 21 max, but that's just not at all cool, especially not in front of the friggin' tens of thousands of viewers you got. Yeah, like, you gotta understand that can be a bit much for somebody. And it's like, I get it was for entertainment. I've seen plenty of clips from you go viral. None of the clips that I've seen involve Tay, except for the ones in the comms. So, you know, if that's an issue you brought up with you, it definitely wasn't cool. Should have chilled out on that. With that being said, Tay, you still look like a hoe. Because instead of just leaving, you start hating on the group as a whole from a burner. So you're saying you would never belittle him. No, you just wouldn't do it to his face. That's some hoe shit. Like, you can't sit here and look at him and be like, oh, you know, I will never belittle you. I'll never bring you down. And you just, oh God, fuck this nigga Max. Like, what are we talking about? This whole thing is happening because you were like hating on dudes. Now, you might not have gone super hard, but calling him like a womanizer and saying like, oh, he needs to go back to what he was doing on his old streams. This new shit's not it. That's hating. It's very low level hating, admittedly, but it's hating nonetheless. And it's like, if it was this big of a problem and you were really that scared to say something, then just leave. Just leave. Showing up on stream, remaining a member of this community and all that shit isn't going to help anything. They're just going to keep clipping you. They're going to keep making fun of you. People that know that you're like the butt of most jokes, when they come on stream, they're also going to get on you. It doesn't make sense to just keep giving people ammunition when it was this big of a problem for you, and then just going behind people's backs and shit talking them on a burner. It just doesn't make sense. Because the problem is now this shit is seen the light of day and nobody feels bad for you. It's like you were the punching bag and now you're the bad guy. So it's like nobody gonna feel bad if you get roasted or made fun of. Because now everyone just thinks you're a hoe. Like, personally, I would have just left that community. I feel like once that type of shit starts, especially on the internet, it's just a snowball effect. There's no real coming back from that. Hey, well, this nigga don't know what to do, bro. He's playing with his gun. You don't know what to do, bro.
Not gonna lie. It's a blessing.
Bro, look at his chat, dog.
4 years, bro.
Hold on. Yo, the chat ain't even on his side, bro. Oh my God. Yo.
Nah, bro, that shit crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. Business after 4 years. That shit crazy.
Where his fat ass go?
Yo, Mons, can we do some shit?
Yo, yeah, Mons
So streaming not a business, you feel me? But you know what goes around comes around, you feel me? What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around, you feel me? That business is gonna catch up to him. And niggas is gonna see niggas for who they really are. You feel me? I fuck with bro enough to never like expose what his real, like, you feel me? His real shit. Like, I would never expose this nigga's real shit. But you feel me? I want to see him go crazy, but ultimately niggas gonna be his own downfall. You feel me?
Well, I guess you would be an expert in that field. For you to sit there and say people are going to see him for who he really is when we just found out who you really are is like peak level delusion. Like, you think because you got exposed, everybody's going to start getting exposed for some shit. Again, as someone who's been in your shoes, I'm not on your side because the way you went about this was just horrible. It was fucking horrible. And now for you to just completely try to flip it on him, like, what do you mean we're going to see him for who he is? You're the one who wronged him. And, like, there was some extra context that I forgot to touch on about how he kind of fed into it. Nikki, you got on your knees and ate watermelon. Our ancestors are going to descend from the heavens and take turns spitting in your fucking ear. You pathetic waste of melanin. That was maybe too far. But if you were feeding into it, bro, making yourself look goofy, you can't be mad when people treat you like a goofy. If you want to be treated a certain way, you got to carry yourself a certain way. And this is something that I also haven't always been too good about. Like growing up, I was like shy. I didn't really talk. I was kind of like, you know what I mean? So people thought they could get on me. Well, it was really people that I didn't fucking know. And they would do it like over text and shit. But it's just like, when you feed into this shit, you can't be mad. Well, if you're gonna feed into this shit, yeah, you can be upset that it comes back to bite you in the ass, but you also can't start getting mad at other people and like trying to just hate on other people because you feel like you work harder than them. Because you are part of the reason you're like kept in that position. Bro, nobody cares that you're fat. Let's be honest. Is it a joke? Yeah. There's plenty of fat streamers that don't just get like fucking piled on in the community. Like, there's plenty of fat content creators. There always has been, there always will be. But the way you carry yourself as a fat nigga is definitely going to factor into how you're treated. I also saw a video before I started recording this one that said like in the past he was doing shit like trying to bag girls on stream and then getting mad at them when they just weren't going the way that he thought they'd be going. That's also weird as fuck. And it's going to cause people to look at you differently. And it's not like you can't come back from this. I think you can. You just got to stop being a hoe. Or just for the rest of your career, you're going to be seen as a hoe. And if you really are, you should have just left the fucking community if you felt this strongly about it. And I mean, it sounds like you talked to Max about it. He gave you advice. He was like, bro, you're supposed to come back, lose 100 pounds, yada yada. I mean, in your case, bro, I'm black with blonde hair and blue eyes. I was getting called albino, all types of shit, getting crazy looks. You were just fat. You could fix that. I had to just deal with this. When I seen that this dude was like using me as a punching bag in groups that I wasn't a part of, and I was being made a joke in groups with people that I didn't know, I just cut the shit off. Simple. You can really only control yourself and how you react to shit. Can't control other people. So the best thing for you to do is make sure that when you handle these situations or you step away from people, that you're doing it in a way that is respectable, you know? I mean, personally, I think just stepping away and just cutting ties and, you know, explaining later on why you did that. I could have done it better, but nobody could say that I was like shit talking them or being an asshole towards them. And you're not able to say that now. So all you can control is yourself at the end of the day. I get it. It can feel dehumanizing. Especially 60,000 people on Twitter just fucking belting your ass, but you just didn't go about it in a way that makes you look good. And whatever people you roll with from now on are probably going to have trouble trusting you because of how you moved in this situation. Whether or not you know you were a punching bag for X amount of years, it's still just going to make people look at you in a not so great light. Yeah. Final thoughts. You look like a hoe. Like I said, Max, if you were feeding into all these people in your community bullying him, that's not cool. I think Max could have done more, at least on his part, to try to slow this down or help put a stop to it. Like I said, you can only control yourself. He's not going to be able to control all 60,000 fucking teenagers in his community. Just like Tae, with them 2 burner accounts, wasn't going to change anybody's opinions on him. in a community of 60,000 teenagers. It is what it is. Is there a lesson to be learned from this? I'd say watch who you keep around you, but I feel like this definitely could have been avoided if, if Max wasn't joking on the nigga too. But maybe not. Maybe Tae's just a hoe. So. That noise is my dog chewing on her toy. He's right over there. I don't feel like editing this right now, so I'm gonna go get on 2K. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on the situation down below, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.